Thank you so much, Matt Norman, for bringing us into the room with such cheery sound. And welcome everybody to today's daily antidote of song. We are on day 1,976 consecutive days of singing. We are glad you joined us today for day 2 of our Around the World week. We are singing with someone from a different country every day this week and next. So glad you've chimed in and looking forward to singing with you today. I'm Joe Rossi. I'm the director of the Daily Antidote of Song, and we want to thank Carpe Diem Arts for all of the incredible support that they give in keeping this program going day after day. Let's welcome everybody out there on the live stream. Thank you folks on YouTube and thank you folks on Facebook Live for joining us today. And let's welcome everybody here in this room, including Matt Norman and Laurel Swift coming in from Bristol, UK today. We'll get back to them in a minute. Super excited to sing with them today. Matt is new, so an especially big welcome to Matt. Glad you're here, Matt. Clelio, thank you for running tech today out of New Jersey. Candace, thanks for running tech out of LA, California. And Athena, thanks for running tech out of Brooklyn today. Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio, great to see you today. Laris in the UK, great to see you. Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Annette in California, hello. Hoda in British Columbia. Deli in Maryland. Nan in Michigan. Neil coming in from Boston. Anne in Maryland. Gary in Massachusetts. Nancy coming in from Washington State. We've got Jenny in Suffolk, UK. We've got Bob and Mabel and the Bears coming in from Massachusetts. Arlene in Berkeley, California. Elizabeth in California. Aloysius in Massachusetts. Hello to Ellie. Not sure where you're coming from, Ellie, but glad you're here today. Caroline coming in from DC. Sue in Seattle, Washington. Tony coming in from San Jose, California. We've got Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. We've got Cricket in Maryland. We've got Kat in Vermont. Kay coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. And Kathy in California joining us right now. Let's all take a deep breath. So I have a really great introduction for Matt Norman, who's new to us, which is something along the lines of he's brilliant and has a lot of amazing folk information and other useless information. Hopefully we'll get some of both today. Musician and friend of Laurel Swift's, who we all know she's been in the room a bunch before. And they are both members of a band that they're going to tell us more about when we chat. But in the meantime, welcome Matt and Laurel.
Hello.
Hello. So we are very excited to learn what the song is that you are going to sing with us today and to have you teach us our part.
Fantastic. Hello. The song we're going to do is called The Weary Cutters, and it's unusual in that the chorus is kind of the first half of the verse. Normally choruses come after verses, but it's the opposite. So the two lines are almost the same except for the last note. So I'll sing you the first line. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Have a go. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. And then the second line, it's only the last note that's different. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Have a go. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Great. I could see everyone's mouths moving. I'm going to imagine that was perfect and beautiful. Should we sing the song?
Let's sing the song. Please join us.
Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. They pressed him far away, foreign with Nelson beyond the salt sea. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. They always come in the night, they never come in the day. They always come in the night to steal the laddies away. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. When I look to the northward, I look with a watery eye. But when I look to the southward, I see me laddie go by. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. I'll give the cutters a guinea, I can't give the cutters no more. I'll give the cutters a guinea to steal my laddie ashore. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me. Oh, the weary cutters, they've ta'en me laddie from me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I understand that song has a lot. Your voices blend really beautifully. That was fun.
Thank you.
I understand that that song has a lot of history, and I'm super excited to learn everything you can teach us about it.
Well, first of all, it comes from Newcastle, which is a city in the northeast of England, very near Scotland, where there are quite a lot of dialect words that are different from the rest of the country. So the title, Weary Cutters, weary doesn't mean tired, it means kind of bad and rough. And cutters means ruffians or, rough people. And it's specifically referring to press gangs. And press gangs were very feared in this country. They operated around ports. And when our navy was short of sailors, these guys would go out and basically just abduct people and put them on ships, particularly if they were fishermen or been sailors before. So they were expert sailors. And people would sometimes they get very drunk with the press gang and then wake up on board ship. So there was a lot of fear, a lot of fear about them, as you can imagine. So that's what the song's about, and it's sung from the point of view of a woman who's worried about them coming and taking her sweetheart.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was not something I'd ever heard of before. Do you know anything about, any more about the origins of the song or who any of the other singers have been or where else it's been published?
Yeah, it came from the singing of a woman called Pat Elliot, and she was from a family of miners who lived in Birtley, which is in County Durham near Newcastle. And for generations, they'd been singers and musicians as well. And they started a folk club in Birtley in the 60s, which was very well known. And most of the songs that I sing and I do with my choir were collected 120 years ago. But this one, because it was collected more recently, there's actually a really beautiful recording of her singing. There's an album called Canny Newcassel, which again, canny is a Newcastle dialect word, which means kind of bonny or pretty. And yeah, you can hear her singing this beautiful, simple, mournful performance of the song. And in terms of the age of it, it mentions Nelson, which means it was probably written around the time of the Napoleonic Wars, which is a time where we were particularly short of sailors and the press gangs were particularly functioning at that time.
Wow, that is really incredible. I don't know that song at all, and I don't know the name that you said of the person who you can find a recording of. Can you repeat that?
Yes, it's Pat Elliot.
Pat Elliot. Great. So we're actually going to take a quick peek and see if we can find, if it's on YouTube or.
Yeah, the whole of the Canny Newcassel album is on YouTube.
Great. All right. We're going to take a quick look and see if we can find a link to the song on YouTube sung by Pat Elliot. And we'll put that in the chat here and on the live stream so you guys can follow through. It would be really neat to hear another voice sing it and or another interpretation. And I didn't know about Newcastle and the dialect, and we actually have very regular folks from Newcastle who come in here. And so that you've just given us food for a really interesting topic for a Daily Antidote party is sort of exploring the words that we share and don't share in common.
Interesting about Newcastle dialect words is that actually Old Norse words, quite a lot of them. So from when the Vikings were in Newcastle, they're words that have existed. So sometimes there's words that make sense in parts of Scandinavia and Newcastle, but not anywhere else. So
Okay, that's incredible. So the journey of language is always so fascinating. And Laurel, it's nice to hear your voice. We haven't seen you in quite a long time in here. And I guess that's because you've actually been in the UK for all or most of the summer.
I have. I've been in the UK since the start of June, catching up on all the fantastic public transport and making the most of places been small and close together. And yeah, seeing a lot of friends and family and playing gigs and all these kinds of things, which has been lovely. So I'm
That's
so excited to get back to Vermont in a few weeks.
beautiful, beautiful. Well, we're happy to see you sitting there in your Pinewoods shirt. Just in case you didn't make it to Pinewoods this summer, you can still have your Pinewoods shirt on. And so I would love to know how long you and Matt have known each other and what kinds of singing you have done or are doing with each other.
Yeah, we've known each other for at least 15, probably more than
probably
that.
like 20
Probably
years.
20
I think.
years.
Yeah.
We've been playing in a band together. You mentioned it very briefly. So we play in a band called Gadarene, which I have sent the link for that one, which is a band that plays, so it's fiddle, flute, mandolin, drums and double bass. And the melodies are all old melodies from manuscript, mostly researched by Matt, from research that other people have done. And those three have all got effects units, so they can make all kinds of cool effects. And then me and the drummer, I'm playing bass. We're basically on modern dance grooves of one kind or another. So it's old tunes with modern beats, and that's a very fun band. So we've been playing in that band together for a long time. And we don't ever sing in that band. We both do step dancing. Matt's a champion Dartmoor step dancer. Yeah.
Wow.
Dancing. I'm not yet a champion. I need to work on that bit. So yeah, that's the feature in the band. So it's really nice to get the chance to sing together, because we've done some at there's a place called Horsey Manor in Somerset in the UK that run courses, and we've done a festive Christmas retreat there. So we get to do a tiny bit of singing together on that. But yeah, it's very nice to sit and sing together.
That's great. Okay, so now wait, is there dancing video of you and or Matt online?
Yes, there is. There's definitely one of me from the Gadarene videos. You'll find that on the Gadarene YouTube channel, Gadarene Music. Grey and blue for the theme. I'm not sure whether or not you can find it from the website, but I'm sure you can dig around and find that.
Perfect. And how about any video of the champion?
There's definitely some clips taken by people at festivals, and I'm pretty sure some of them have made their way onto our YouTube.
Yeah, and there's definitely, I think if you searched Matt Norman Dartmoor step dance, you'll find it might not be a Gadarene gig, but there's definitely something there. A friend of mine and I supported Spears and Bowden, who are quite a well-known duo in this country. They did a national tour, and they wanted local traditions at each of the places. So I did some Dartmoor step dance supporting them, and they posted that.
Well, that's very, very cool.
Dartmoor happens on the back of a wagon on a tiny box, 15
inches square.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is very cool. How many people in the room are ready to get on the Daily Antidote of Song bus, plane, boat, and head over and watch them dance and sing? Yeah, me too. So tell me a little bit about your recent tour.
We were mostly at English folk festivals. One of the really big festivals of the year is the Sidmouth Folk Festival, which goes on for 10 days and takes over a whole town. And we were playing at that. And we did one of our bigger gigs at that, actually, one of the biggest ones we've done. It was really fun. And then we went to Purbeck, which is a very rural festival. They nominally sweep out the cowsheds, and that's the venues for the gigs. But it's really great vibe. And then we did this crazy thing on the Sunday of having a gig in London, and we went all the way to London, which by US standards is a hop and a skip, but is a long way for us. we did a gig, and then we got back to Purbeck in the evening to have a kind of last cider of the season before we went home the next day.
And the London gig was great. There was the English Folk Dance and Song Society had a whole day in a kind of open air, free venue. And there was a Bhangra Ceili, which is Bhangra dancing fused with Ceili dancing, and Bhangra music fused with Ceili music. And then the National Youth Folklore Ensemble were playing as well. So we got to finish off the day and have a street full of people singing and dancing along, which was great fun.
Amazing. Yeah, that sounds really fun. So do you want to say anything else about sort of what you've got coming up when you get back to Vermont, and or Matt, what you're going to be doing after Laurel leaves you there?
Well, obviously, big party.
Good one.
But other than that, it's this crazy time of year for me as a choir leader when my choir starts in 2 weeks' time, so in the middle of September, and I'm currently arranging Christmas carols for them because it's obviously very busy. So actually, I've just arranged a traditional wassail song, and I'm arranging there's this amazing repertoire of pre-Victorian carols that were died out in Victorian times, but are really beautiful and amazing and folky. So we always do a load of those. So that's what I'm doing, and actually Laurel's doing kind of the same.
Yeah, I'm heading back to Vermont, starting up teaching various groups, which would be really fun. We're doing there's a really long established music class, learning Celtic music that Keith Murphy and Becky Tracy run. And I'm going to be doing a beginner level one of those in Brattleboro. So that's going to be really fun. And then I'm going to be doing a 6-week course on English village carols, same ones Matt's just been talking about. And these basically the carols, the kind of church forgot about them and moved on, but they're such good songs. People kept singing them in the pubs, in some places, in the streets, in other places. There's a 150-year tradition of singing them in Glen Rock in Philadelphia. Is that where Glen Rock is? No.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. The same route as the ones. It's mostly in Sheffield, but there's also some in Somerset and other places around and about in the UK. So yeah, we're going to be singing, and they have the really cool thing is there's 4 parts, but there's at least 2 parts that people know. So when you hear them in the pubs, they're singing in 2 parts, and they're all just great tunes. So yeah, I'll be running a few courses of those, and that's going to be great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Love it.
So I just think it's with this song, The Weary Cutters, we're sort of saying, oh well, this is a song about what used to happen in England when there were press gangs, when we were at war. But I just think the parallels. I literally read a article a few days ago about people from North Korea who have been pressured to work in Russia, and then the money, or they're signing up for jobs and then the money is mostly going to the government or not going to them, and they can't really leave and it's hard to escape. And there's everywhere there's people who get pressured or caught up in human trafficking or whatever else going on. So I think it's an old song, but it's got a lot of modern relevance, and just because it's not happening in our lives right now doesn't mean it's not happening in other people's lives. So I think same with the carols, and I think there's a lot of things you're like, actually it's old but it's still relevant, and we look forward to the day when it's not relevant. You just sing the songs.
Yep, that's a good one. So we definitely talk about that a lot in here, how, it's so great that the songs exist for us to rely on them, but it's so sad that we're singing them, either decades or hundreds of years later. And I do want to shout out, we sometimes comment about the University of Daily Antidote here, and I want to shout out that today's chat is great. I'm seeing some posts from Tony in California talking about the original name of the city of York, England, during the Viking Age, and the relationship between, just amazing stuff. And it's related to what Matt and Laurel were talking about the different dialects. And so please check all of that out today if you can. So Matt, I'm not sure, have we heard quite enough about your choirs yet?
I guess the only thing to say, so I lived in Devon, which is in the West Country. I'm still sort of in the West Country, but it's further west and more rural. And I was running community choirs that were singing quite a wide variety of music. And then I moved to Bristol and discovered there were like 1 million community choirs here already. So I set up a choir to specifically sing English folk songs that I arrange in 4 parts, because that made it different from the other ones. And actually, it's been running for 10 years and had a waiting list for most of that time. I made
Wow.
possibly the only good business decision of my life and started another one in Bath as well. So the two choirs run in parallel with each other. And they're meant to be about 40. Sometimes they get a little bit more, but it's that sort of number. Um, in four parts, which I call soprano, alto, tenor, bass, though they're not quite those ranges. But yeah, and we sing a variety, but always English folk songs. And actually, hoping in the not too distant future to put together a book of arrangements, because I think I've done 100 arrangements now of English folk songs.
Wow. Okay, that's very cool. So I definitely hope we'll get a chance to talk a little bit more about your choirs and maybe an opportunity to have some of your choirs sing a song in here or share a song in here, or you with some of your choir members or something. That'd be completely amazing. Um, and also, I love when people say possibly the only good decision I've ever made in my life in any context. I think that's so fun. Like as the years go by, those seem to become more and more key, right? You can really reflect on the points of your life where your head was screwed on straight, and the points where maybe less so. And so thank you for sharing that. I think that's very funny.
It's really true, and
Uh,
becoming a folk musician is not a good business decision in itself. So yeah, that was the only one really. But I'm
yes.
quite happy
Okay.
with the other decisions I've made.
I love it because, of course, you as a musician are probably having more fun than all of the people who made the better business decisions. So, it's kind of like on a scale. And as we get older, I kind of feel like the fun part starts to look like the better decision anyway. So glad you made the choices. Um, well, would you guys like to share that song again, or do you have anything else you want to say before we sing?
We thought we'd sing that one again, if that's all right, and you're happy. It's got such a pretty and unusual tune. We thought you'd probably like a second go
Y-
at it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
They
They
pressed
pressed
him
him
far
far
away,
away,
foreign
foreign
with
with
Nelson
Nelson
beyond
beyond
the
the
salt
salt
sea.
sea.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
my
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
They
They
always
always
come
come
in
in
the
the night,
night, they
they
never
never
come
come
in
in
the
the
day.
day.
They
They
always
always
come
come
in
in
the
the
night
night
to
to
steal
steal
the
the
laddies
laddies
away.
away.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
When
When
I
I
look
look
to
to
the
the
northward,
northward,
I
I
look
look
with
with
a
a
watery
watery
eye.
eye.
But
But
when
when
I
I
look
look
to
to
the
the
southward,
southward,
I
I see
see my
my
laddie
laddie
go
go
by.
by.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've ta'en
ta'en me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
I'll
I'll
give
give
the
the
cutters
cutters
a
a
guinea,
guinea,
I
I
can't
can't
give
give
the
the
cutters
cutters
no
no
more.
more.
I'll
I'll
give
give
the
the
cutters
cutters
a
a
guinea
guinea
to
to
steal
steal
my
my
laddie
laddie
ashore.
ashore.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
weary
weary
cutters,
cutters,
they've
they've
ta'en
ta'en
me
me
laddie
laddie
from
from
me.
me.
Thank you so much, gang.
You're welcome.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for singing.
Thank you for singing with us. Matt, welcome to your first Daily Antidote of Song. We're really glad you joined us here in the room. Laurel, thanks for bringing a great friend along with you. And we hope to have a chance to sing with both of you and or each of you again in the future.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Woohoo! So I think we'll go ahead and wave you out of the room so that you can go off and have your tea time or your cocktail hour, pub time, whatever it is that happens next over there. So it's too
I'm
early
actually
for
gonna
us.
drive to Stroud and give my car to a friend of a friend whose car's just broken and they can't afford a new one. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yes.
There's the life of the musician right there in real time. Thank you so much again, Matt and Laurel. Great to see you guys. Have a great rest of your night over there, and we look forward to singing with you soon.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. Good night. Happy
Bye.
day.
Bye. So we'll go ahead right now. We'll let everybody know what is coming up next here in the Daily Antidote of Song. We are in our Singing Around the World week 1 of 2. This week we are singing with 7 different countries. Bindu Malini was yesterday with an absolutely beautiful song about friendship. I thought yesterday was absolutely glorious. So I hope folks can go back and listen to it if they missed it. Matt Norman and Laurel Swift today. Matt was new to us, and we were so glad they were able to join. Tomorrow, Joe Jenks representing the U.S. On Thursday, Sonia Morganegg representing Switzerland. Kim Bothan coming in on Friday from Canada. Matlakala Bopape coming in on Saturday from South Africa. And on Sunday, new to us, Joanne Lauderjung coming in from Thailand and where she lives. And Elise Witt will be hosting her. She's a friend of Elise's and also new to us, so we're excited to meet her. Let's say a big goodbye to everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks so much for joining us today, live stream. And a goodbye to everybody in the room. A thank you, of course, to Candace in LA, Clay Leo in Pennsylvania, and Athena in Brooklyn, New York, all running tech for us today. And thanks to the rest of the gang in the room, Susan in Cincinnati, Laris in the UK, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Annette in California, Hoda in British Columbia, Deli in Maryland, Cricket in Maryland, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Neil in Boston, Storm in Mass, Nancy in Washington State, Linda in Concord, Massachusetts, Deborah in Kentucky, Aloysius in Mass, Bob and a bear in Mass, Linda in California, Gary in Massachusetts, Arlene in California, Jenny coming in from Suffolk, UK, Elizabeth in California, Anne in Maryland, Marion in Brighton, UK, Caroline in DC, Mabel and the Bears coming in from Massachusetts, Tony in California, and let's see where I was, Marion in Brighton, UK, Kat in Vermont, Kathy in California, and Curly Tops in Vermont. I have to say, it's funny that we had today folks who were talking quite a lot about Newcastle and Devon. And our Newcastle and Devon folks were not in the room with us today, so we're going to have to all let them know that we sang about them today and encourage them to watch. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow right here on the Daily Antidote of Song. Lots of love, everybody.